So our first stop then was to Loch Long, just next to Loch Lomond. We dropped the kids off at my sister's house, so we've got a couple of days in a hotel, just myself and the wife, and to do a bit of exploring around the Loch Lomond area. Unfortunately, there's no record shops around the area, so my wife is probably quite happy about that, to get a couple of record-free days where I'm not blabbering about record shops or records. But yeah, really great time at Loch Long. It was a really nice hotel where we stayed at, an absolutely beautiful location, so a nice place to relax, chill out and get ready for the record hunt ahead. In Stirling, you've obviously got the beautiful Stirling Castle. It's a very historic site in terms of Scottish history. I didn't really have time for any of that. I was straight to their premier record shop, Europa Records, which is kind of billed as being one of the biggest record shops in Scotland. I hadn't ever been to Europa before, so it was really exciting to have a look around. And as much as it looked quite small from the outside, it definitely wasn't small inside. It was absolutely crammed full of records. From the front kind of bit that you go into, which was full of both second-hand records and new releases, to then go into the back room, which was crammed. Every single bit of the shop was crammed with records, piles of records underneath the stacks. Speaking to the owner, who was a really friendly guy, he'd been in the record selling business for decades again. He was telling me that I think they'd moved location in the past, but he'd been running record shops for a long time, and he was telling me that their storage area is just overflowing with records as well. So yeah, a lot of good stuff in there, a mixture of rock, pop, a little bit of everything, to be honest. There was some nice rare stuff in there as well, some great Scottish indie. I ended up buying something a little bit unique. I bought a nice promo of a mid-80s garage rock revival band from Edinburgh that I'd never heard of before, so I'll show that in a later video. But yeah, really cool shop, really nice staff, very friendly, and really enjoyed my visit to Europa. I only had about an hour in there, and I could have spent much longer in there, so the next time I get back I'll definitely go for a deeper dig. There's definitely bargains to be had and kind of more unusual records to find in Europa as well, so yeah, really enjoyed it.
Never ask why, in spite of all the dangers, Jody can't die. Jody can't die. Jody can't
So that was Footo Records in St Monans, and it's a strange one. That was actually the only record shop that I went to, other than Avalanche, that I've been to before. Footo Records is a bit of a strange one. It's like a little boutique record shop almost, because it's paired up with a brewery, so it's like half brewery, half record shop, and they also do like different live events and stuff like that. But the records that they have in there are quite niche as well. There's like a lot of Argentinian music in there, a lot of Argentinian albums, a lot of other world music, Afrobeat, different things from African countries. Lots of interesting things in Footo that you probably wouldn't see elsewhere. Again, like some of the record shops that I went to in Edinburgh, I'd just massively running out of funds by the time I'd got to Footo, and I'd spent a lot of my money earlier in the trip. But yeah, cool record shop, friendly people, and yeah, definitely keep an eye on their Discogs for different kind of rarer records. So this was KCC Vinyl Record Store in Glenrothes. So this is a new shop. I was speaking to the owner, who was a super friendly chap. He was telling me that he'd been open for about a year and business is good. So there was a fair bit of custom when I was in during the day, but yeah, a really nice mix again of new records and old records. At KCC, I managed to pick up a couple of records as well. I got a couple of bargains to kickstart my record buying on this journey. So yeah, really pleased with what I picked up at KCC. I'll show that again in a later video.
Hey baby, won't you sing for me? So I know somebody new. Well, hey baby, won't you look for me? Well, I'll be drifting where the wind blows. If you can't do it now, it can't be done. Try something else instead, my son. Well, you can't create now with that gun at your head. And when you can't create, you know you're as good as dead. The high rise to the underground in every city and every town. I wanted a million on the run, but I'm free now. Hey baby, won't you sing for me? I saw I know somebody knows. Well, hey baby, won't you look for me? Well, I'll be drifting where the wind blows. The wind blows.
So this was Audio Emotions. This is more of a high-end hi-fi store rather than a dedicated record store, but they really had a great selection of records as well. Again, a mix of second-hand records and new releases, but again, really reasonably priced. The prices were great, especially on the second-hand records. So I bought 2 records from Audio Emotions. I pushed the boat out on one and spent a bit more than I normally would, but yeah, what a fantastic shop in terms of hi-fi kit. Like, I don't know a lot about hi-fi kit. I've got like quite a modest setup, but the people who are working in the shop were super friendly as well, showing me around and talking me through the different equipment that they had. And yeah, like I said, really high end. There was like a tone arm there that was, I think, about 17-18 grand alone, like 13-40 grand turntables and upwards. So yeah, pretty impressive. Their listening rooms were amazing as well. really nice service the whole time I was in there. So yeah, I really enjoyed my visit to Audio Emotions, really friendly staff and a nice selection of records as well. And I got some nice buys, which I'll show again at a later date. Avalanche Records is a fantastic shop in Edinburgh. Unfortunately, they didn't want me to film in there. The guy who was in there said that he was not sure whether his boss would be happy about it or not, so fair enough. But yeah, never bought anything this time, but yeah, loads of great stuff in there as well. Again, lots of indie music, lots of rock music, good prices as well, a mixture of pre-owned and new albums, so really good. I came close to buying a couple of things to round out my Elephant 6 collection, but in the end, again, by the time I'd got to Edinburgh, I was kind of running low on funds, so I spent that much over the week that I thought, no, I better not. But yeah, really good record shop, and always keen to get back in for a look in Avalanche.
Sing. All I can do is breathe. Oh, I'm not myself. My spiritual health, and you all know what I mean. It's in the color of my jeans. Walk in the sun, scream in the rain, live by the lights, not by your telephone.
I love Vinyl Villains. That was the next record shop that I went to. It's just near the Playhouse Theatre in Edinburgh. Absolutely brilliant. It's just like a pure old school record shop. Chatting to the owner for a while, he was telling me that he's owned the record shop for over 40 years, so just a massively experienced record shop owner. And it was interesting speaking to him. He was telling me about how he felt the record shop had changed over the years and how it focused on different formats, how he kind of flirted a little bit with eBay and Discogs, but he's kind of old school. He just likes selling in his shop. But yeah, really cool shop, mostly second-hand records, some new records as well, and still a small CD selection, which he was saying was coming back a little bit. But yeah, really cool, lots of good things to find in there. He's got great records hanging from his wall, a lot of grails for me up on that wall, but again, I was running out of funds, and there was a couple of things that I really liked. The Black Widow album, I think it was their second or third album from early 70s. I think they've got a bit of a Black Sabbath sound. I would have went for that, but again, I was just running out of funds by the time I'd got to Vinyl Villains. So maybe the next time I'm down, if that's still there, I would definitely pick that one up.
To sing in the night when everything's gone, even the satellites. And if you found the lines are down, communication runs dry. Oh, these days are yours. walk in the sun, scream in the rain, live by the line.
So Azzy Records in Edinburgh, that was one of the last record shops that I visited. So I didn't have so much time in there and I'd kind of run out of funds a little bit, but Azzy's brilliant. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Is it Azzy? I've heard other people say Azai Records, but yeah, absolutely fantastic record shop. They do a lot of their own little exclusives with their own branded obies and stuff. But yeah, great selection of indie music, rock music, and predominantly Scottish indie as well. There's a great section on Scottish indie bands. So yeah, love Azzy Records, and never got anything this time, but yeah, I'm always ready for a pre-order from Azzy. So there we have it. That's the end of my Scottish holiday, my summer holiday for this year. It's been loads of fun. We've got to see some great places that we've not been to before. Some really cool record shops, a little bit off the beaten track. Probably record shops that I wouldn't normally have got to, with a lot of interesting stuff. And you know, it's just been a really relaxing time. So my wife's in for her last dip in the tidal pool before we get back to our accommodation, pack up and drive up home again. So yeah, it's been great fun. I hope you've enjoyed it, seeing some of these different record shops. Check them out if you're in the area, if you've got time. And until the next time, see you later. Bye for now.
We'll never meet again on the body crash on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4. Was there we parted yon sunny day on the steep side of Edinburgh?